Guys, welcome to the Skolo Online YouTube channel, the channel that is all about learning. If you're here for the first time, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to our channel so that you will get informed every time we post a new video on this channel. And also, if you go to the description of the video that you're watching at the bottom, you will see we have video timestamps for the majority of our videos. This means that you can just read on a section that you are interested in and you can skip directly to that section. You don't have to watch the entire video. You can only watch the sections that you're interested in, and if you come back in the future, you want to remind yourself of something, you can go directly to that section and just watch it again. Okay, and if we talk about any other videos in this channel or in this video that we're talking about, if we talk about any other previous videos, we will also link those previous videos in the description, so you can go there and have a look at the previous videos that we are referring to, and any other useful links that we might talk about, we will have them in the description below. And if you want to follow us on other social media channels, you can find the links as well, our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages. You can click there and you can follow us on those pages. We also post interesting stuff on there. Every time we have a new video, we post it on our social media channels so that you can also keep track of it there. We have an actual website where we do online courses. Some of the videos that we have on our website is not available on Skolo Online, so also have a look there and check us out on our website. Okay, so let's start learning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this website. This website, we're going to build it from scratch, and it's going to look like this when it's done. We are going to build it with CSS and HTML, so we're going to go directly to the basics of coding a website. But the beauty of it is that we are not going to code or sort of imagine or structure the CSS from scratch ourselves. We're going to be working off an existing website template from somebody else who has done it, who has made it available to us to use for free. So you can go online and find free templates for websites to work with, and we're gonna download a free website template from there, and we're gonna just edit that template to suit our needs, and then we're gonna build that website, and then we're gonna upload it, or we're gonna host it on a free platform, GitHub Pages. Okay, so GitHub Pages is this over here. I'm going to take you through this GitHub Pages, show you exactly how you can host your own website, static website, for free on GitHub Pages. I'm going to show you how you can search for free website templates like the one we are going to be using to create our website. So this is going to be exciting. This is definitely a good tutorial if you're looking to build a website, but you don't want to spend a cent. You want to build it absolutely free. Free template, free hosting, free everything. We are gonna build it right now on Skolo Online. So let's get learning. We're going to stray a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to create a free website from GitHub Pages. Now, there's many free websites you can get online. Most of them will be hosted under another main domain. Like I've showed you, I've done a video on how to create a Google a Google Sites free website. I've done a video on how to create a Google My Business free website. But the problem with those type of free websites is that they are usually standardized, and they've got these boring templates that you've got to comply to. You know, that they'll give you like a standardized sort of template that you gotta do. And those websites look very basic, and they look very dull, and they look very template type. They just look boring and they're not really nice. So imagine you had your own HTML code and you sort of developed your own HTML website, but you wanted to host it for free. Okay, so an option for that is to use GitHub Pages, because GitHub Pages allows you to upload your own free website but use your own template. So you can use your own HTML, your own CSS, your own styling, and create your own website absolutely for free. The only catch is that you won't have a free domain. You'll have a domain under GitHub Pages, but also, but then that might not be a problem, because then you get the domain authority of the GitHub, right? So we're gonna do that in this video. Go through the steps to create your own free website. Now you might ask yourself, what purposes could you have to do this? I'm going to create a website in this video for Skolo Online. Okay, so I'm going to create a Skolo Online website because the more digital presence you have as a business, the better. You know, I normally suggest to people, create your own HTML website that is host it on your own domain, but then get as many free websites as you can from GitHub, from Facebook, from Google pages, from Google sites, from Google My Business. Get as many of these free websites as possible and have them backlinking back to your main website. What that does, it will help your search engine optimization of your main website, right? Because you'll have multiple, sort of properties online, digital properties that are talking about your business, that are linking back to your business website, that are linking back to your YouTube channel and whatever. It just helps increase your presence on the internet. The more internet presence you get, the better. If somebody is offering you a free website, you take it. Okay? So let's go through it. Now, go over to pages.github.com, okay? Just like the way I've tapped it up there, all right? And when you're there, when you come here for the first time, let me just refresh this so you can see what this looks like when you enter here for the first time. It's documentation. You can read through this whole website. You can watch the video. You can get started, and they sort of guide you through how to get started, whether you're doing an organizational website or a project site. We're going to select a project site in this case. And then it shows you can choose a theme, and if you choose a theme, you're going to get one of those sort of standardized template websites to work with, and I don't want to do that. I actually want to start from scratch because I'm going to upload my own HTML code, CSS code directly here, so that I can create a website that is unique, that looks like the way I want it to look. I don't want to select a website from some online template, which is usually what you get with these website builders. So I'm going to say start from scratch, and then it shows you a couple of steps what you must follow there. You can read through that, or you can follow me and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get a GitHub repository, okay? A GitHub repository is like a little space you get, like a Facebook page on GitHub, all right? So if you had a Facebook page on Facebook, a GitHub repo is like a sort of a page you get inside of GitHub, right? And GitHub is like one of the leading online developer websites where you can host your code. You can manage, version control. You can share your code with other people. There's a lot of things you can do on GitHub. Perhaps we'll do a whole tutorial on GitHub in the future. But today I'm just going to show you enough what you need to get started, at least to create an account. And once you've created an account, from that account, you'll be able to set up your first GitHub page. Now, what you need to do is hop over to github.com, all right? So just click enter on github.com and you will be able to create an account. It's free to create an account. They don't charge you anything. So just enter your username, your email, and your password. They will send you, as usual, an email link that you need to click on and confirm your email address and so forth, okay? This morning, I just created a new GitHub account for Skolo Online. I've got another one on my personal, but I created one on this so I could just go through this process with you guys. So that's done. It's not recorded, but it's very simple how to do it. Username, email, password, sign up, and then they'll send you a link, and then you can confirm your email address. Once you've done that, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just log in, okay? So I'm going to log in with a new account I created, Skolo Online, with my password, and I'm going to sign in. So once you sign into GitHub, you'll see I created a test website. I was doing this offline just to sort of go through the GitHub Pages tutorial, but I'm going to take you through that, and we're going to create our own brand new website from scratch. What website? What are we going to build? What are we building? Okay, so let's go to, let me just close all of these themes I was looking at earlier on. One of my favorite websites on the internet to get free website templates from is Themewagon. I still haven't found anything that works better than this. I mean, you can get free websites from like ColorLab and a lot of other platforms, but a lot of them also share their free templates on Themewagon, and I use Themewagon a lot. If you're looking for properly done website templates, but this is website templates in HTML and CSS, so I'm not talking about like WordPress. I'm talking about now we are going to code this website, the actual coding of the website, HTML and CSS, all right? Now, the next thing I want to show you before I even get started here is I want to discuss with you what we call a static website, okay? So when you host a website on GitHub, you can only host a static website, right? There's two types of websites. There is a static website and a dynamic website. A static website is like if you just want to display information, like let's say I want to display my portfolio, my CV, That information is static. It doesn't change. It's going to be my name, my surname, my qualifications, my experience, my projects. If I want to change anything, like I got a new project, I can go change the static template and include the new project. But the website content, everything on the website is exactly the same. Everyone who visits my website sees the same content. There is no server-side code. There is no database. There is no logging in, logging out. There is no sort of logic that talks to, users, passwords, servers, data, information. Like, for example, if you think of a blogging website requires server-side code and it requires a database. It requires you to have to store your blogs in some sort of database, and people that come and see, they can search through blogs. The server-side code does a whole searching algorithm and blah, 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 blah. A blog website like you do on WordPress is not a static website. It's dynamic. When I go into it, I can search for a blog. I can comment on a blog. If I comment on a blog, my new comment will show, the website is constantly changing, and different people can see different things based on what they are searching for, the pages that they visit. But a static website, on the other hand, is just that. Like a company website, for example, is a good example of a static website. If I create a corporate website for my company where I just want to show these are my services that I'm providing, this is where I'm located, this is me, this is my picture, that's what we're going to build here today. It's a static website. That information will remain the same. My address, my services will always be the same. So I want to build a static website for Skolo Online Learning. And let's go through that. So if you go to themewagon.com, you can find a lot of website themes, not even themes, but like website templates. And by templates, I mean CSS and HTML templates that you can choose from for absolutely free. Okay, they have the ones that they're selling, but you can actually search for free templates at the top here. So I'm going to search for portfolio. All right. I'm going to search for portfolio. Well, let me try something else. Let me search for learning. All right, let me see what comes up. Searching for learning. Okay. Searching for learning, and once you search, you will see websites come up, and you'll see the free ones don't have a price on them. The ones which you have to pay for, you will see a price on it. Okay. All right, and have a look here. And there is a lot of themes. Okay, then you see the editor's picks and the ones that you have to pay for. You'll see the prices there. I'm not going to go for the paid one. I'm going to go just for the free one, okay? Get thinking a long time. I like this one, HTML5 landing. So there's a lot of the websites. If you find something that you like, okay, I see that web app at the top there. That's really nice, all right? And then I like this one as well. So what you can do, when you find a theme that you like, you sort of just, on the live preview, just click on that. Okay, and it will take you to a page where you actually get to see what the actual website looks like, right? So this one is going to sign up, and it's a software, why choose us, blah, blah, blah. They've got a lot of things, call back. I like this, even though I might not click on the sign up, all right? Because I just want to sort of talk about, hey, get learning. Do you want to learn a little bit? Learn about programming, learn about web development. I want to create a website for Skolo Online for free, and that I can create a backlink back to my website. That helps with my SEO, but it also just helps to put my content. Maybe I'll put a video, my YouTube videos in here, and link them back and embed them on this channel. So actually, I like this, and I like the simplicity of it. I don't want a huge bulky website, and that's another thing to think about when you download, when you're looking at the themes here. All right, the easier themes that are found, that are easiest to work with, are themes that don't have a lot of information. A lot of one page websites, if you find like a one-page website where everything is on one page, that even if you clicked on a menu item, it still takes you to the same page. These are usually easiest to work with. So I'm going to download this one. Right, so I like this one. I'm going to work with this. I'm not going to go through a lot of the themes. I can always change it later if I don't like it. I can always come back and load another one and just change this. So if you like the website and you've decided that's the one you want to work with, just go at the bottom there and click download. The first time you do that, if you're coming here to Themewagon for the first time, they will ask you for your email and email address, that they will send you a link via your email to confirm your email address. They want to know who you are downloading these themes. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. You're not going to get spam. I've done this many times. You're not going to pay for anything. The moment you enter your email address, they literally email you with a link to do the download, and then when you get the link, you click on the link, then it allows you to actually download the website. I think I've done this already because I downloaded a website this morning. So it's not going to ask me for my email address again. It's actually just going to let me immediately download. So if you've done this before, you will be immediately able to download. They don't ask you for your email address every time, but they will ask for your email address if you're coming here for the first time. So I've emailed that. It's a zip file. Okay, let's go here and have a look at it. It's this one here, and I'm just going to open my download folder, and it's that one over there, and I'm just going to move it to my desktop. Then I'm going to close that, and I want to open the file, and you'll see what's included in the file. All right, it's your CSS folder, your fonts folder, your images, your index, and your JavaScript. Okay, so if you click on the index.html, right, and in my Mac, I can choose to open it with Google Chrome because I want to just see what this index file looks like on Chrome. So this is the website. The index file is actually the website. If you open it on Chrome, Chrome decodes the HTML file and displays it as a website. Now, this is what you're going to get. You'll see this website is opened from users from my desktop, which is not the same as with this file is on Themewagon. Okay, so this wherever we looked at that whatever is on Themewagon. So now what we're going to do is I want to edit this file, okay, and make it my own, right, and edit it for myself so that I'm ready to upload it, and it must talk to Skolo Online and have my images and everything. So for us to do that, I'm going to close that, and I'm going to I want to open this from a code editor, and I want to open it like all the folders from a code editor so I can edit this properly. And for that, I think I'm going to do this with my terminal. You can do it any other way that works for you, as long as you open all those files in a code editor so that you can edit it. For me, it's always easier to do that. I'm going to CD to my desktop, and I'm going to CD to that file that I just, what is it called? Folder, Photo Master, CD, there it is. Okay. And once I've gotten there, if you have Atom uploaded on your computer, you just sort of Atom dot, and then that will open up, right? And okay, it's a bit noisy. Please excuse that, guys. Unfortunately, people are having a party because it's a Saturday, and I live in a big house where people like throw parties every Saturday as if the world is coming to an end. But nonetheless, let us have a look at our file. Okay, so let's open our index.html file. I'm assuming you know a little bit of HTML coding, all right? And that you can sort of at least read an index.html file. But if you can't, I'm going to give you top level, high level of basics to just sort of at least enable you to edit an existing HTML file. So you might not have to create your own HTML file from scratch, but maybe you need a little bit of skills if you got somebody else's HTML file that you can do basic edits to it to be able to build your own website from that. So if you think about it, you go to this. Let's go back. Learning. Okay, so you go to a website like this. You find a really amazing website. You don't want to spend the time to write the code for it, the HTML, the CSS for it. It's already done by somebody else. But you want to get that template, and then you just want to edit. You just want to edit the template. You just want to edit like a few things on the template. So let's have a look at this one that we just downloaded. Let's look at the live preview for this template, for example. And let's edit a couple of things. The first thing, I want to edit the top, the title of the page to talk to my Skolo Online, because titles and the whole things. I mean, the title and the whole like metadata of the website is very, very important for SEO especially, right? So we're gonna go to the title of the page, and instead of this, we're gonna put in the Skolo Online. Okay, if you want to find the title of the page, you could just click on Command F. At the same time, Command F, it will open the search thing at the bottom there, and then just click title if you don't know where the title is, and then it will be highlighted, right? And then you can go and edit the title. Okay, that's an easier way of doing it if you don't know how to find it. Okay, then the next thing you want to edit here, I want to see at the top here, it has under the menu, if you go at the bottom, you'll see this is the head of your website, right? This is where all you'll put all your CSS and whatever, but don't worry about that for now. Assuming you downloaded the file structure as it is, all these links should work properly because they've already been built that way. And if you've already opened your website and it worked fine, then you don't have to worry about the folder structure. It means the folder structure is still properly configured because you're opening it from your documents and it opened properly without an issue. Okay. Now let's go down, okay, and see what we want to edit. Okay, so sidebar, and you get like a class sidebar, and on the class sidebar you have home, work, about, contact. All right, let's see over there. That's the one here. All right, home, about, work, contact. Okay, let's click home. It takes us home, about. It just takes us down to the about. Work, it takes us down to work, contact, it takes us down to the contact, and you close that in there. So I'm not going to change anything about that. I'm happy with it. All right. Then you'll see over there at the top there, you've got images, logo.png. So this is your logo over here. If you wanted to change your logo, let's say you wanted to create a different logo for your website, you would change it here. Now, the current logo here says Porto. I mean, I don't like this. I want to change this actually very quickly. How to do this. Okay. Okay, so we've got a logo there. Let's have a look at the name. The name is just logo.png. So I'm going to change this name and call it logo.png. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to open in here. I'm going to go to the images and I'm just going to put that in there. It's going to tell me one exists, of course, but I'm going to replace the existing one. Right. So once you've done that, you've replaced the logo. That's all right. Skolo Online. One other thing with sort of editing your HTML, you have to edit your alt text of images manually. So the best way to find all the places where there's alt text is just search for the word alt minus, semicolon, inverted commas, and make sure that you don't leave the alt text blank. Okay, at the very least, just put your business name or whatever so that at least the image is associated with your business. Because when crawlers and Google crawlers crawl websites, they can't actually they're not doing some machine learning to try and process the image to figure out what that image is about. They're going to read your alt text that you've already put for that image. So whatever your alt text says for that image, they're going to associate that image with the alt text. So never leave your alt text blank, and always use your alt text for your keywords of your website, right? So now that I've done that, let's edit something else. Okay, let's edit. So we've edited the logo there. Let's edit get thinking a long time. All right, let's just put this, make this something you want to talk about for your business. All right, start learning online today. Okay, so this get thinking a long time, that's the one. Okay, so get, if you look at here, there's get and then there's a BR. What that BR means is a break. It's almost like an enter, if you press the enter key, so it enters and then it creates a new line. Thinking A enters and creates a new line, long time. So you'll see get, thinking, a long time. These are all on different lines. So you have like 3 different lines you can type on, or you can remove the break. It's up to you. And then this H1 here is your heading 1. So this is one of the most important lines that you're going to create on your website. So you must write in here something that's really important, something that talks to your keywords that you want people to see, because that's the first thing people are going to read when they come to your website. Get thinking a long time. So I'm going to say here instead Skolo Online. Okay, then I'm going to put that BR again. Okay, Skolo Online. Then I'm going to say learn from learn online website development. No, that's another one. I say Skolo Online learning from home. Skolo Online learning from home, and then you've got a paragraph in here that you can put more onto it, right? So on this paragraph here, you can put anything you want. So you can say South Africa's leading online learning platform. Learn website, learn WordPress, learn e-commerce, learn Python, learn virtual servers, learn blockchain technology, keep learning. Okay, so I'm gonna put that, put a comma there, and then there's a link that says read more. It's sort of, this is the button that says read more. It sort of directs you somewhere you can click and read more. I'm gonna put a link to my actual website, so I want people that click on this to be directed directly to my website. So the href for this, I'm gonna put my website, https://skolo.online, and then it's gonna say learn more. Somebody clicks on this, they will be taken to Skolo Online. So I'm going to save all of this, all right, and I'm going to restart this, just refresh it. All right, there you go. There's the logo. I just changed it. Skolo Online learning, Skolo Online learning from home. So let me just say Skolo Online learning from home. Oh, no, Skolo Online learning. Okay, so let me actually just remove this from home completely. Okay. Save all. Let me refresh that. Skolo Online. South Africa's leading online learning platform. Learning. Okay. South Africa's leading online learning platform. Learn website development. What's wrong with my typing this morning? Jeez. Learn website development. All right, learn WordPress, learn e-commerce, learn Python, learn virtual servers, learn blockchain technology, keep learning, read more, and this should take you to my website, okay? So I'm going to save all of this, save all, right? And if you go down, right, the way I've changed, you saw how I changed this image over here, okay? You just re-upload a new image in that image folder. So if this is you go to your file structure, and inside the image folder, you just add a new image. And then if you're gonna use the same image name, you could just rename your image to that image name. Then you don't have to change anything else. You could just you use the image name. So if you wanted to change this image, for example, you could have a look at on the code where that image is, you know, and then check that image name for that image, and then put in your own image and use the same image name. That's the first thing you could do. The alternative that you could do is use whatever image name you want, but change the image name here on the HTML. Either way, it will work, okay? Then you can go through the entire website, change the images as you like, change the text as you like, all right? What's happening here? Refresh this. Skolo Online, okay? Change the images as you like, change the text as you like, okay? When you come down here, change the words as you like. Put whatever it is that suits your website, okay? And the Google map also, I think you probably need to figure out why can't it load the maps correctly. Actually, I don't need a Google map here. I'm gonna just perhaps, you know, when I come to the bottom here, when it comes to Google Maps, yeah, this script here, init map, you need to probably put in your Maps API key, okay? So this API key that's here is the API key that came with a template, and it doesn't load correctly because probably the person disabled it, whoever created this API key the first time. So if you really want the API key to work, you might want to just, I mean, if you wanted the maps to work, you might just want to put your own API key there, you know, and it should work. And then you're going to put your own longitude and latitude location for your address, because you don't want it to show the address of somewhere in California. So, and you might wonder about longitude, latitude, what is that? Okay, I'm going to show you quickly how you would get that. So let's say your address, your business address is, I'm going to pick an address that I know, Fenton, Sandton City Mall. Okay, let's assume this is your address, Sandton City Mall, and this is the address you want to put in there. So you click on Sandton City, but instead of all, you see all the search engines at the top. You have all maps, images, shopping, wara wara. Click on maps, all right? So that you want to search for Sandton City Mall under the Google Maps, and you'll find sort of the dot that finds the Sandton City location there, right? And then on the URL at the top there, you'll see Google data. You'll see a lot of things, but you will also see two numbers here. Okay, let's go. Where are we now? Yeah. So at the top there at Sandton City at, you will see minus 26 and plus 28, those two numbers directly after the at sign. Okay, this is your longitude and latitude positions for Sandton City Mall. Okay, so you can just extract them from there and then put them in your code if you want to extract longitude, latitude. And you can do this for any other situation where you needed a longitude, latitude of a position and you don't know what it is. You can find it from your phone, but you can also just use Google search the address and go to Google Maps and find it from the URL of the Google Maps. That's the longitude and latitude. And you could put that in there, update the API key, and this is going to work. Okay, if it doesn't work, just let me know. And then you'll see as well, you've got a contact form over here on the website itself. So this contact form is not going to work because it's not currently wired to any back end. It's just a front end. Remember, this thing only hosts static websites. So you're not going to be able to build a back end to this, okay? So you're probably not going to have your contact form working. So you might even have to delete this whole section. But there's ways to getting around the contact form, and I'll let you know in a next tutorial that I'll do, where you can actually create a sort of a mailing script somewhere on a Python program and have sort of an endpoint. And then every time you want to do a contact form on a website, you just, all you would need is where the contact form needs to send to a URL, you would put the URL of your your script, whatever it is it's running, and then this information gets sent there. Then you don't need a back end on this website. This will get sent to that, and then you process it somewhere on your back end. But for the purposes of this, because we're doing GitHub pages, and GitHub pages is static website, I'm going to remove this whole section because technically I can't actually get it to work on GitHub pages because I don't have a server back end to be able to process the contact form. So when you get here, where the contact form is, let's just have a look here. Request a callback. If you want to find a place or something specific on the website, I just copy and I go to the URL and I paste it there. Okay, doesn't work. Request, all right, there you go. Request a callback, there you go. Request a callback. So this whole section here that starts from the top there where it says div for that whole section, it ends there. That's the closing div. All right, I'm just going to delete this whole thing. All right, so delete all of that. All right, and then after that, you have at the bottom here your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your YouTube pages. This is another great opportunity to link in all your social media pages. This is what's happening down here, so people can come and they can sort of find you on all these major platforms. Okay, so over here you put in your Facebook page. All right, I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm just showing you how to do it on the one. You can do it on all the other ones. Your Instagram, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. Leave it, do all of that and save it. Save all and refresh this. And once you've refreshed it, you'll see now you've removed that whole contact thing. In the Facebook page, if you hover on it and you look down here to the bottom, let me hover it. You'll see at the bottom there it says facebook.com. Whatever the URL you entered, it will show. Okay, and also the newsletter, subscribe. There's ways to get around this. You could use something like MailChimp to collect people's email addresses, and MailChimp doesn't need server-side code. If you go to MailChimp, maybe I'll do this in the next lecture because it's a long process. You can create an account with MailChimp and create a sort of like a newsletter, sort of collecting wara something, and they'll give you some code that can run on the client side. Some JavaScript code that can run on the client side, and you'd be able to embed that code. And so when somebody enters their email address here, it immediately goes into your MailChimp collection. So I'm going to leave this open because we can definitely code this to work the way you want. You can also write a Python code to do this. Even though it runs on the server side, you can run a server separately and just have this sending to the URL the way you would do your contact form. So maybe we'll do this in the next tutorial. In the next lecture, I'll show you how to wire this to like a Python script, which will then collect email addresses for you, and it will run on the server side. On the server side, but you can do it on a page like GitHub pages, because you can just sort of point this URL, for example, at the newsletter. There you go. Under the newsletter where it says subscribe, it's a form, as you can see, all right? And it says it has an input and a button, okay? But it doesn't have a, it needs to have an action, okay? So a form has an action, and on that action there, you could put whatever, HTTPS, whatever your server IP dot, com it is, and then you would put in whatever the root that you're running your thing on, right? And I'm going to leave this blank for now because I don't have any server, but you could create this Python script on a root, and then you would, on that root, you would write things, something like, whenever this is submitted, and this will be submitted to that root, it then just takes that information and adds it to your mail list, right? So you could do something like that, and this will still work. But for now, we're not going to do it. So this subscribe thing is not going to work, but we'll do it maybe in the next lecture to add a subscriber and a contact form to a static website. Now, once you've done all of this, I'm happy with the way the website looks. I'm going to do some other changes off camera, but it'll take me too long to do it on camera. If you're happy that this is a website that you want, I'm going to close this there, and I'm going to close it there. And I'm going to close it there as well. I'm going to show you now how we're going to upload this into GitHub pages, okay? So this is saved. I'm going to save all, and then I'm going to close this there as well. And I'm going to just stop that, and just Portal Master, just rename this to Skolo Online, Skolo website, something like that, so I can remember it, okay? That's fine. So what you need to do is that you obviously read the GitHub pages documentation, but I've already read it for you, so I'm going to just quickly do this. I'm going to create a new repository on GitHub under my account. That new repo is like, remember I told you repo is like a page, your own space that you've got. So that I'm going to call this the name, I'm going to call this online learning. Actually, you need to, when you name your repo on GitHub, this is your keyword, okay? So utilize this as best as you can, and use and find a keyword that you think people are going to be searching for. This just helps your page be more discoverable, okay? Because this URL will display on your website, and the URL has a lot of points towards the search engines and how they're going to find your website. So instead of just using online learning, I'm going to put something like, free online courses. Free online courses. Yeah, free online courses, something like that, okay? Learn online how to create your own free website, paid website, WordPress website, e-commerce website. Okay, that WordPress must be capitalized. E-commerce websites, blockchain development, web application development, Python, Flask. Okay, there's a lot. And you can change this later, so it's fine. And then it's going to be a public, not private. I'm not going to add a README. I'm not going to add a git ignore. I'm going to choose a license. That's okay. Always good to choose a license. And I'll choose, actually I want to choose MIT license, and then I'm going to create the repo. Once you've done creating the repo, what the repo looks like, currently, because I didn't select a README page, I only have the license page. You only have, the MIT license. What the MIT license basically says is Anybody who comes across this code can use it for whatever it is they want to use it for free, but at their own risk, right? That's okay, because once you put your code on GitHub, you must know it's accessible to anybody who it's accessible on the internet, right? And if you don't want your code to be accessible on the internet, don't put it on GitHub, or you do have a GitHub private repository option that you can get, but it's paid. It's not free. You pay, like, I used to pay for it like $10 a month. Can't remember. It's not a lot of money. And I didn't mind supporting GitHub because it's such an amazing open source project. Actually, I used to pay it even though I didn't need to have a private repo. I was doing it for the sake of supporting GitHub. But if you do want to create a code that is private, but you still want to sort of share it with other people within your private group, and then people would need to have access to get it, then you need to get a private repo, which is paid for. But if you don't get a private repo, whatever you put on GitHub, just know whatever your website code, whatever it is that you put there, it is available to the public to do with what they want. So if you created a website and you put it on GitHub, anybody can download that website code and do with whatever they want. But it's nothing to worry about because anybody can download your code anyway. Okay, if you have a website, I can go to any website. Let me show you. Let's go to the Google website. Okay, you can download the Google code. You can go to a website and like right click on it anyway if you're on the Chrome browser, and you can go and click page source. Okay, if you click page source, it's going to give you the code. This is the HTML code for this website. So it doesn't matter what website it is. Don't think you can hide the HTML code by not going private, because I can see your HTML code if I wanted to. It's available. It's easy to find that code from there. From any Chrome browser. So the fact that your code is available on GitHub for free is nothing for you to worry about, because I can get it anyway. Anybody can get it anyway. So when you get here, the next thing you need to do now is to add a file, okay? Add a file, and instead of creating a new file, we're going to upload, because we want to upload the entire folder, okay? We want to upload the entire folder. So we're going to say upload files, and we're gonna drag files here into your repo, okay? So what I'll do is I'll open here. I don't want to upload the folder as is because the index.html needs to be in the root of the repo, okay? So if you think about it this way, this is how you want your folders to be uploaded, okay? You want the index in the root and the CSS and everything else connected to the index in the right order that they were connected in. So what you can do is you can drag and drop them in here. So you can just do that, right? And you can do that, and you can do that, and you can do that, and you can do that. All right. So you have your index, and then your images, your modernizer, whatever. Everything is now uploaded in here, and it will be uploaded in the right way. You could have just copied them all and whatever. So you don't want to put it as a folder like that, but you want to put it in the structure that it is inside the folder, because your index.js needs to be in the root and everything needs to be in the same order with that. So I'm going to close that and go back. All right, drag files. So that should have, try again with fewer than 100 files. What's happening? Did this work or did it not work? I can't tell. It says, wowza, that was a lot of files. Try again with less than 100 files. Okay, let's go in here and see. Skolo Online. Okay. Free online courses. Okay, nothing was uploaded. Okay, so it says try again because nothing worked. So it says it's too many files. That's fine. So we're going to add a file. All right, upload files. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's try and upload them like one folder at a time this time. Okay, it looks like then it doesn't take a lot of things at once. Okay. Right, so let's upload the index. And let's upload the images. There's 13 files in the images. All right, okay, so let's then commit these changes. Okay, if you don't commit the changes, nothing goes through. Awesome. So let's add more files, upload more files. All right, so we've done the images and we've done the index. Let's do the JavaScript. How many files in here? 49 files. Okay. So let's do like one folder at a time. Okay, so that's done. Let's commit these changes. Committing the changes. Awesome. The JavaScript folder has been added. Let's add another file. Upload a file. So we've uploaded the JavaScript, the index, the images. Now let's do the fonts. Right. Let's upload the fonts. Just drag it in there. It's 25 files, so that should be fine. Right, let us commit the changes. All right, then after we've done that, let us then go back to another file, upload a file, and this time we're going to upload our CSS folder. Okay. It's 26 files. That should go quickly as well. All right, commit changes. Okay, so that's done, right? So all the changes are done, and you'll see your index.html is there like that. You've got the images folder. Let's click on the images folder. We've got all these images, which should be the same as what's inside this images folder there. If you double click on it, about.img, all of that is in there. All right. So I don't need to check all of it. I mean, I know it's done properly. But in your case, I mean, you might want to just double check that everything was downloaded and uploaded properly, right? So once all of this is done, okay, you need to go to settings, right? But read the documentation, and the documentation will show you. Now on the documentation, you say project site, you say start from scratch. It tells you to create a new file. That's what we did. We added all our folders in there. And after that, we've added this would be if you were typing the file from scratch, but we are not typing it, we are uploading it from somewhere else. We've committed the files, all of it. Now we are going to go to the repository settings to change the settings to make this GitHub repo a GitHub Pages repo. So we need to make the settings, change the settings that way according to the documentation. So we go to our GitHub, we go to the settings, we scroll down all the way until we find the settings for GitHub Pages. Okay, this is the GitHub Pages settings. You're gonna say, yes, I want this to be GitHub Pages settings. And then it must go from the main branch, all right? And root of the main branch is the root of the website, and then you click save. So you've selected the root of the main branch to be the root of the website, which means your index.html file needs to be the root. Remember, I told you it must be there, and everything else must be relative to the index.html file, the way it was saved from where you got it from, and then the website will work properly. Because the index.html is what the browser reads as the code that it needs to decode for the website, and the index sort of gets everything, like it gets the picture, it gets whatever from the folder where it is. So all the other folders must be in the same order or arrangement that they are where you built or designed the website from, which is what we've done. So once you've done that, let's go back to the documentation and say, yeah, we've done all of that. GitHub Pages, yes. So once you've saved, then it says you're good to go. So go to your username, github.repo, and find your website. Okay, so let's copy that and let's paste it here. Okay, so username, our username is Skolo Online. Okay, our repo is, let's go check our repo out. It's free online courses. That's our repo. So let's go here and put in the free online courses like that. Boom, there's our website. Yay! This is the free website we just built right now on GitHub Pages. Unlike many other free websites, this looks properly professional. It looks like a kind of website you would be happy to show your clients, except for the little GitHub part. Maybe people won't notice it. If you name your username properly, like Skolo Online, that's the first thing people see on the website. They see Skolo Online. Then they see some .github. Maybe they won't care about that. Free online courses talks to everything you want to talk about. So you can get a pretty decent website in like, 10-20 minutes for absolutely free, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Next week, maybe we'll talk about how to wire this newsletter properly, maybe using Python or some other method, or MailChimp, whatever. Thank you guys. Bye.